it is gonna be Arknemesis on the blue side and G Point Break on the red side. 1-5, yeah, everything is Gucci. So I'm very excited to get underway with this game right here. And let's get started. Starting things off on Lijiang Tower. So just for bias purposes, I mean just for, what do you call this, transparency, I am leaving chat open there, not only just to help with administratorship, but to show that players that I'm not whispering anybody. Don't worry, you guys can trust me. Very nice, fair play fair, and we are following the standard rules of the open division. So first things first, here we have on Arknemesis. Interesting to note that they are going to run the Pharah in control center. So like very dangerous to run the Pharah in control center due to the fact it does have a vertical limit, but we'll see if Naboo can make it work. So Naboo here on the Pharah and shoot on the Mercy. We have the standard Brian and Zarya from Nightmare and Piercer. Water's on the Hanzo and Myoken on the Zenyatta, and looks like Arknemesis will go straight for the point first. On the other hand, here's Naga on the Rhine, Infamous playing the Zenyatta, and it's gonna be Sog 2H on the Junkrat. So already Point Break getting caught out by Arknemesis in terms of tactics, and look at that Naboo with a takedown onto Sog 2H. Rockets being tossed out as much as possible here from Naboo right now. Stephanie though with a res onto Sog, first control of the point goes into favor of Arknemesis for the time being. And this is very interesting to note that the blue team of Arknemesis, one of the top teams in India, just a very quick and easy capture at them. The fact that the GE Point Break was running the Pharah, I was running the Junkrat, the Pharah call very on point there from Arknemesis. And here comes Point Break coming in through to the center, and Piercer already takes down Sog. So another res being used on the Junkrat, and the Junkrat really struggling right here, guys, because look at this, 44% and counting with the Riptire. A good jump in with concussive mites, and a perfect Graviton Surge comes out there from Nomad. Double Transcendence come out from both squads, and it's Point Break taking it back. Even though Sog struggling to get the Riptire, an amazing display with the concussive mine, jumps up in the air and gets them kills. Sog even takes down Myoken. Quick little stagger right there, and it's gonna be Point Break now taking it back. Can I get a shout out for Eminence? Give a shout out to Emmy. Good luck to GEXP with their matchup later on. So the Rax right now goes for the Dragon Strike. We do see the spawn camp for the time being, and here comes Naboo once again coming in through to the side. Two ultimates ready here for Arknemesis, and they are gonna go for the flank. Arknemesis right now coming in through to the center. They even get the burst onto Naga's barrier, so the shatter can come out from Nightmare uncontested. Oh, now it is back up, so Naga and Nightmare can actually have the face off that they've been waiting for. Here comes Arknemesis coming out, but it is gonna be Sog with the Reptile gets to. That's gonna be a reset already here for Arknemesis. Really good retreat. Nas using any of their ultimates. A very solid Reptile right there from Sog, finally getting the stride he's been looking for the time being. Two ultimates ready here for Point Break. The two tanks ready to combo things up. Nomad had such a good Graviton a while ago, and for Arknemesis, they really need to not get caught out like that. They have to be able to protect Naboo as well when he goes for the barrage. That was the one that lost him the point. And here comes Point Break, just going for the spawn cap, 66% and counting here for Point Break. 100 energy also for Nomad. Here comes the engagement here. We do see a grab from Piercer, and Water with the Dragon Strike. Here comes the counter grab here from Point Break, and 2 for 2 trades so far. So this isn't even out. Point Break isn't out of it just yet. Even Nightmare loses the shield, has the shatter. Dragon Strike comes in, and Myoken right now is forced to go for the trans. Little Rax up on top. We do see the shatter, does get the 2 supports. It is gonna be Sog on the floor. Water with a takedown onto 2. The Hanzo right now getting them kills. It is gonna be a counter shatter, however, from Naga coming in from the depths. Slithers in, wants to go for the kill onto Truth. It's gonna be a hard Truth right there that he is dead. Naboo falls as well, and this is gonna be Point Break taking the first win on control center. Shoutouts to everyone here. Especially, there you go. I'll give you a shout out on chat too. I'm gonna give you my emotes. What's my emotes? I'll leave this. So the first point does go in the way of GE Point Break, an impressive display coming back with the Zarya. So I'll give props there to Nomad, just getting the Graviton and giving Sog the opportunity to actually get his stride. Really good play there coming out from the Point Break squad. And it is gonna be now a hamster here from Nabu for Arknemesis, playing very cheekily, just being very creative with what they're running for the time being. And for now, it is gonna be a Widowmaker on Night Market. The thing about Night Market Widowmaker is it's pretty good in everywhere except the point, because trying to go to the point, it does expose you as a Widowmaker. And look at this, Arknemesis already with the triple dive tank composition with the Hammond actually working in their favor. The fire actually way too low and gets taken down. Arknemesis once again the initial capture, and we have a saying from Philippines about these guys. Arknemesis right now playing very strong intro boys, getting the first initial capture pretty much consistently, but at the same time there is one drawback. They need to be able to hold on to this into the late game, even though there is no real late game in Overwatch. It's like the momentum there, when it swings to Point Break, it has been staying on them for most of the game. So Water right now finally popping off, does get a kill on to Stephanie. The action happening here near the lines, then they don't want to give this up because they don't want their racks to have the position to actually get the sidelines onto the point, and their tanks work better with the open space. But Nabu overextending, gets taken down. Final Rage is available. Myoken just going for the speed boost as well. In the meantime, here comes Sog, just going for the flight. He's gonna go to the left-hand side. This is what you usually do as the Fire to get back to the point quickly. We see a contest. There's a jump in now from Nightmare, and we have the coalescence from Truth. Nomad here, ready with the self-shock. Can't pop it here, gets pooped up, and we do have Infamous right now. Transcendence to keep Point Break into this fight. Soundfire popped by Myoken. All 6 are taken into the music, and now Nabu goes for the mines, so there is a kill zone here for Arknemesis. Sog has to deal with those mines. Rocket Barrage is out. Will we see some kills? Nightmare gets taken down, and Sog gets Nabu as well. Myoken though with the boop. So Arknemesis trying to stay on to the point. They have lost half their team, but they can delay pretty much to go for around 70 to 75%. Pierce being staggered will get taken down. Water finally falls, so 71% here for Arknemesis. 3 ultimates ready here for Point Break on the other hand, and they have a lot of tools in their arsenal to try and keep this point in their possession. But for Arknemesis, their whole goal is to go for the dive. Lil Rax though on the Brigitte, exactly what you want to play against the dive. You have the rally for the armor, getting rid of all the effectivity of the chip damage. Pierce though with a pick off onto one, self-destruct available now here for Pierce. But in the meantime, here's Lil Rax just glowing. 2 kills going the way of Point Break so far. The Diva going for the chase down onto Sog. In the meantime, this is gonna be a lost fight here for Arknemesis in terms of the ground game. Piercer just goes for the reset. Solid display so far coming out from Point Break, and once again the momentum in their favor. Once Point Break holds the momentum, it is pretty hard to actually beat them with their own game, and especially if you're gonna run triple dive against a Brigitte. We'll see if Arknemesis will adjust their lineup or can adjust their play here. Speed Boost now coming in, self-destruct still available here for Piercer, might be able to pierce the veil that is the defense of Point Break. Stephanie though, out in the sky, Valkyrie is up, we have the sound barrier right now. In the meantime, self-destruct comes out from Piercer, will get any kills on the point, no it won't. Self-destruct this time coming out the way of Point Break, doesn't get anything as well. Truth right now, Coalescence trying to pay price, Infamous forcing out the trance, so Point Break will have around 8 seconds here to work with that. Rocket Barrage is available, the action now happening on the point. It is gonna be Naga, ready with the Prime Rage as Nightmare takes down Stephanie. Rocket Barrage comes out, Sog gets absolutely destroyed, does get the D-Mech, but here's Point Break, turning it back. Arknemesis almost gets the point, pulls from tossed onto the floor, gets no returns. That is gonna be a team kill as we do wait on Arknemesis to come back up. So just a quick reminder to all the viewers, sadly no alerts because it is a tournament. As here comes Nabu, gets on the point, Wrecking Ball ready to mines, pops it out. We have a rally however, and the prime time of the mines, Point Break using that to just get onto the point, just run them over. 2 have fallen now here for Arknemesis. It is Piercer now, D-Mech and D-Life goes for the kill now onto the Hamster. Hamsters aren't endangered species guys, so you can pretty much bully the Hammond right there. It is Point Break taking the win here on Lijiang Tower, and we'll take the first point of our series.
Play of the game.
Play of the game there does go to Lirax. Great round from all, but still Point Break just the moment they're on defense, is when they absolutely shine. And a very good switch there to the Brigitte. 83%, however, average energy for Nomad. I would say Nomad was the one. We are gonna be on Rialto right now. I really need to fix my music catalog of Overwatch. Just something to note, because the thing is, I would love to play any music, but you know, tournament, and you don't want to get in trouble with copyright and anything and blood stuff. So of course, we just use the Overwatch music. Overwatch League music, Overwatch Contenders music, and of course the map music, all are allowed in a broadcast. So it is gonna be Point Break here on the defense first in our second map of 5 escort map right here, and it was Arknemesis, I believe, choosing the map and Point Break choosing the side as per the open division rules. They are gonna be running a very standard lineup here. Mercy Zen with the Reinhardt and the Zarya. And here on Rialto, they are going to be running the Widowmaker Pharah. So this does entail that they are going to defend by the streets, not going to use the high ground too much. And it's because their DPS are the ones who are going to be up on top, especially looking at Sentinel soaring in the sky, spawning out the streets of Rialto already, spawning out the beautiful museum. On the other hand, Nabu trailing him in his sights, want to get shot there onto Stephanie. But that's just gonna be a body shot right there. Nabu not even get shot, but Lirax pops in instead, takes the head of Nabu. So Truth though gets the res. It is gonna be a very truthful resurrection right there, as Water right now passes through the bridge and will go through to the payloads. The plaza now will be the engagement point here for both sides. Sentinel just tossing some rockets. Lirax once again with a pickoff onto one. Infamous with the kill as well. And the Zenyatta finally getting the tilt onto Piercer. They do see Nightmare actually charging into the column. Sentinel with a double kill also onto the bridge. So the Pharah getting free reign. Arknemesis really needs to go for the pick there onto the Pharah to make an opening for them to get through the bridge pretty much safely, because all the open sky here on Rialto pretty reminiscent of King's Row. If you actually think about it, Rialto is just like King's Row in the day and with environmental kills. So Rocket does go the way of Nabu. He has to adjust even with just random spam like that. Oh no! Sentinel gets the boot there onto Nabu. Like I said, concussive shot. That's the third kill right there for Sentinel right now. Wants to go for the backline. Water gets taken down, and Point Break right now just taking control of both bridges. So Sentinel is on main bridge duty. He is the tall gate, goes for the concussive shots. On the other hand, Lirax is literally the guard post onto the other bridge. He uses this bridge here to get the sidelines onto the other side, getting past the museum. Look at that, the trigger onto Water allows Lirax to get the track. An amazing display so far here from this Widowmaker. Hopefully we got that on replay. Let's just check this out right here from Lirax. He even charges in onto Nightmare. The Venomine very well placed, spotting out the Hanzo coming in, and boom, easiest headshot of his life. 2 minutes remaining here for Arknemesis. They need to get the penetrate here in this attack. Nabu has switched to the Pharah instead, just trying to get as much damage as possible. Lirax though, once again, let's just keep an eye on Lirax. He's the one getting the kills anyway. Earthshatter comes out, Naga and Nomad working together with the Shatter and the Graviton. 3 ultimates ready here for Point Break. Sentinel, Steffi, Infamous. So for Point Break, they have a lot of plan Bs in their possession. They have the plan B Valkyrie, the plan B Transcendence. Of course, Sentinel with the Rocket Barrage gonna be the focus of the damage for the attack. On the other hand, this might be Arknemesis with Nightmare's time to shine. The Shatter can be huge, but it isn't really gonna affect anyone besides the tanks and maybe the support line, depending on how they're spaced out. Nightmare right now struggling to get past the small choke point and gets a Discord. There's a Discord though onto Naga, so a lot more damage going the way of the opposing Reinhardt. We have a Valkyrie push now from Truth, just trying to keep everyone topped up in this fight. Sentinel already with a Rocket Barrage. Lirax with a pick up onto one already, and here comes Arknemesis finally breaching the plaza. Shatter comes in, but a perfect transcendence there from Infamous to keep everyone alive, and even he takes the charge. So Lirax trying to get away, will go up on top, looking for a target or two. The transcendence though from Miyokin right now to alert Arknemesis to get the push in that they need. No man has fallen, so the Zarya, no Graviton available. Water shoots down Sentinel as well, not be as vigilant as he would say, and Water now crossing to the bridge. wants to spot out Lilorax, and all these water punts right now with the bridges just setting themselves up, or farming though being given, so water here can just cross onto the other side. Wants to go for Lilorax, lots of focus fire however, and now double grabs come in onto both sides, and here come the rocket barrage. It's raining here on Rialto, but the rockets are just way too painful here for Arknemesis to deal with. 3 have fallen right now. Nabu gets shot down. They're so close to the first checkpoint, but then can they even make it? Nightmare, the lone survivor here in the attack, and it's point break, finishing things off strong on Rialto. 1-0 is the score for the maps, and Arknemesis not even on the board. So it's gonna be a first checkpoint defense only here on Rialto. Point break now gonna be on the attack. Had such a great defense there with Lilorax, just a maddening sniper display right there. Absolutely impressive stuff coming out from Lilorax. Arknemesis struggling to get past the choke. They had the right ideas. They had the double sniper to try and deal with Lilorax and Sentinel, but sadly they got out mechanicaled in that fight. Here with the push in from Nightmare, finally they got past the choke point, but it was just very, very dangerous how they advanced in. Luckily, they got the shatter onto 2 and forced Point Break to actually retreat to this area, even getting the charge onto Infamous. But at the same time, Arknemesis not getting too many picks to go for the clean push. The stagger was there, and they didn't get to go for the dive play onto Lilorax. So a great display of defense there from Point Break, defending not only the point but their Widowmaker absolutely perfectly. For now though, it is gonna be Arknemesis running the Farmercy once again with Nabu and Truth. Water here on the Widowmaker. Pierce are gonna be on the Zarya, Mioken on the Zenyatta, and Nightmare on the Reinhardt. So the defense, pretty much the same thing that Point Break ran. Pretty much gonna be a mirror defense. Let's see if Arknemesis can improve on a very impressive display there from Point Break so far. On the other hand, we'll see a mirror comp right here from Point Break, so it's gonna be an aerial battle here on Rialto.
Stop the payload.
For now, Sentinel out in the sky, spotted out by Nabu already. Look at how the buildings are just gonna be the battleground between these two. Lilorax though, with a pick off onto water, they did trade shots, but they did not trade lives. So you're back into the sky. Let's go on to Sentinel Cam, out in for the news report. Double direct hits right there. Will Mercy's keeping that up. Lilorax wins the sniper battle once again. There's the direct hit on Truth, and now the Mercy in Dire Straits gets picked off by the Widowmaker. Wants to go for Mioken next, but Nabu gets his revenge. The red team though of Arknemesis is struggling in terms of number, but Nabu finally getting 2, getting 3. Nabu putting his team on his back. He's like, I'm not gonna get shot down off the sky. It is gonna be Air Nabu, but sadly Nobad finally gets him with the laser beam. Point Break though will have a hard time to actually go for a push, but they will be able to have a fulcrum, have a hold there onto the payload area without much resistance coming out from Arknemesis. Nomad once again, 100 energy, just making it rain. The fire just looking for a target or two. Infamous though able to get a pick on the Truth, and even Water, the Zenyatta right now has been an amazing ball handler. Wants to go for Mioken. This is gonna be a battle between the two ball players, but is Mioken now winning out? Lilorax will swoop in, says thank you very much for the assistance, and Lilorax gets 2 at the end. To Point Break right now having clear rain to get to the end, and they have the infra site, so Nabu and Truth immediately spotted out, but Arknemesis does have the rocket barrage in their arsenal. He gets tagged. They can't do the bridge, the sneaky bridge play right here because the payload is on the other side. We have the shatter. This is absolutely huge here from Point Break. They get 2, and that will be the end of Rialto. Point Break right now look absolutely dominant.
Play of the game.
Concussive shot, an amazing concussive shot right there from Sentinel. Just a double bridge defense there from Point Break, perfectly playing it. Lilorax and Sentinel. We are back, guys, and it is gonna be the 3rd match here on our best of 5 between Arknemesis and Point Break. Point Break right now coming out of the gate strong, 2-0. If they take this we are gonna be ending our series here. But Arknemesis right now, not really one to lose out. Sorry, overlay is baliktad. There you go. There you go. I'll just fix it up real quick. Production value, by the way. There you go. Don't worry, guys. I am an absolute consummate professional, and it is gonna be Arknemesis here on the first attack. So for the defense right now, let's check on Point Break. It's gonna be Naga here, gonna be running the Winston, so we do see the dive from Point Break, and it is gonna be a Doomfist. This is what I've been waiting for, to see a Doomfist from Sog2H, supported by Lyrax on the Widowmaker. This is gonna be a very, very chaotic defense here from Point Break. It can be very, very effective as well, because there's gonna be so much pressure with the Widow and the Doomfist. So Nabu going for the entry frag, barely misses Lyrax. Lyrax does get a tag, so he does have Infrasight advantage in terms of ult charge. Wanted to go for Infamous as well. And a really good display here from Point Break in terms of their defense. They are just hiding in the corners, trying to stay away from the sidelines for the time being. So right now, gonna go for an engagement, trying to get away. It is gonna be Point Break now, just working the Widowmaker and the Mercy together. But here comes Arknemesis, gonna go for the dive. Stephanie does get picked off, and the Mercy falling right there is exactly what Arknemesis wants. Lyrax falls as well. Arknemesis right now not gonna take this loss in just lying down. This is gonna be a very strong push here from Arknemesis. They need to finish them off though. Naga will fall. Here comes Water onto Infamous. It is now Arknemesis taking control of the point, and that was a perfect display of the dive right there from Arknemesis, taking down Sog as well. We are gonna be moving on to the second checkpoint, and look at this, Water and Nabu already going for the sidelines, looking for an entry frag. In the meantime, defense here for GE Point Break just gonna be all over the point. Just gonna go for the hiding once again, because with the dive, they don't really have the opportunity to stay and fight with the shield. It is gonna be a very, very quick and concise focus with the dive comp, and Water though already picking off Sog2H. So the contest now coming in, it is gonna be Nightmare onto the point, trying to stalk the Mercy as much as they can. Here comes the dive, Naga in the corner, Sog back into the fight, but Miyoken right now will pop the trance, just trying to stay alive. Stephanie will fall already, the Mercy struggling to get the position this need, and Arknemesis right now showing a pedigree we haven't seen all series. They're just playing absolutely dominant, no one forced to use this out. The shock doesn't get anyone. It is gonna be a focus now on to Sog2H, the Angry Monkey of Naga in the backline, is trying to knock the Mercy and the Widowmaker away. So a Valkyrie push right now coming out from Truth, just trying to keep everyone on Arknemesis' side alive, but Miyoken has fallen, and here comes Point Break coming in with the Brigitte, with the Doomfist, a very strong comp onto the point. Self-destruct though comes in, gets absolutely nothing, and it is gonna be Point Break giving up at sick. So Arknemesis right now might have to lick their wounds and get away, but this is not a completely lost fight for them. They have gotten one sick at the jaws of defeat, and this will be a lot better for them moving forward. In terms of ultimates, we do see Lyrax working on the Pulse Bomb. On the other hand, Nabu already got switched to the Wrecking Ball. So Arknemesis is playing the Wrecking Ball pretty often, playing this triple dive pretty often. We'll see if it actually works out, as we have seen Point Break switch out of the Brigitte, go for the Genji instead. Now they're gonna go for Infamous. Here comes the focus, but oh, Lyrax has swapped to the Brigitte almost on cue. A really good display of game sense here from Point Break right now. They are gonna go into Katam's however, and they have taken control of the point once again. So it's gonna be Point Break now on the attack onto their own point. Lyrax comes in with the Brigitte, and this is gonna be Point Break out trying to run over the dive comp of Arknemesis, and it is gonna be a very successful defense right here for Point Break. They do give up a point however, and now just one tick away from finishing off the round here for Arknemesis.
My ultimate ability is ready.
Pulse Bomb now is available here for Water. Miyoken and Nightmare do have their ults as well. Truth now switching to the Brigitte, which is interesting that they're gonna run a Brigitte with the triple dive. Like, I would not really see this. I would honestly expect them to go full goats, but at the same time, maybe try to integrate the Wrecking Ball in their lineup. Arknemesis is now taking their time, looking for an opportunity to go in, waiting on all their teammates. Here comes the dive in, however, from Arknemesis. Nightmare already with a pick off onto Stephanie. The Mercy has been absolutely bullied all game. They have a Transcendence right now. Self-destruct though onto the point. Will get any kills? No, it won't. Water has to deal with an Angry Monkey. Has a Pulse Bomb in his arsenal. Sog and Infamous though with a pick off onto 2. Minefield now onto the point, and Control is going the way of Arknemesis, but the numbers are stacking here. The numbers, Mason. Just Arknemesis right now falling one by one. Point Break getting the advantage once again.
My ultimate's ready.
3 minutes and 25 seconds right now here for Arknemesis on their attack. They do switch out to the Ana, though the Lucio. Okay, a lot of switches right there here from Arknemesis. And there's the Moira, there's the Mercy. What is happening? They're taking so much time to go for the swaps. So basically they are gonna go for the goats. That's pretty much what they want to do. We want to run the Ana, so never mind. I just literally went through all the support heroes, but it just ends up with the goats comp, but the dive version, the triple dive composition. So Arknemesis now will go in, doesn't have as much damage as the normal goats comp, doesn't have the Reinhardt nor the Zarya, and Sog already shuts it down with the Ripsar, takes down both Miokin and Water. It's gonna be Truth just wall riding away, but Piercer here getting staggered once again. So Point Break's defense has been just so dominant every time they go for the counter lineup against what Arknemesis has to bring to the table. This Junkrat Brigitte have been pocket picks here from Point Break that's very effective when their standard Widowmaker and Pharahs are not gonna be as effective as it could be. So Sog right now gonna go back into spawn, already seeing Nabu switch to the Pharah. I more than expect the Hanzo right there, and oh, it's gonna be the Genji instead. Just a quick little contest to the backline, try to bully up Mioken, because they know Zenyatta not ready with the Transcendence for the next minute. It's gonna be an easy time here for Sog to just deal with the Pharmacy and the Zenyatta, just cause a little chaos with the Genji. 3 ultimates now ready here for Point Break. In the meantime, Self-destruct here for Piercer could be a very clutch bomb right here, but it's already Nomad taking down 2, just diving into the side. Truth gets taken down as well, going for the res. Gonna be another stagger here onto Piercer, being completely ignored right now by the race of Point Break. The defense matrix being committed as well onto the Diva, but the callback is available. Piercer might be able to get it. No, he won't. Nomad will take him down. Piercer a little afraid, I believe, to go for the remake. That'll be a lot of feeding onto the other side. And now 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining. Arknemesis losing the opportunities to get to the second point, losing out on all this time, and might be the death knell of the series. But Mioka now press backed up after the pick off onto Infamous. So a full squad coming out here for Arknemesis for the time being. Here they come true to the gate. Nightmare out in front. So just going for the flip. And it's gonna be Arknemesis just hesitating a little to actually commit. Nomad though, self-destruct won't actually lead to anything. Water! No, Nabu still gets blown up! Nabu way too close to the self-destruct. Will fall. We have a Primal Rage right now. It is gonna be Piercer though trying to fly away. Arknemesis has to regroup as fast as they can. Go for a quick hard reset because they will only have one more push. And Piercer gets the mech as he has the self-destruct. He's very dangerous. Lurax though will take him down. The rally is available, the blade is available, and the ult economy swinging so heavily in the favor of Point Break already. 20 seconds remaining. Can Point Break keep their momentum and keep the defense alive? Sog right now spotting out Mioken. Sadly, Mioken not ready with the trance. A Fury Trigger is being tossed up. It's gonna be Nightmare up on top as well to go for the good test. Can the Winston actually manage to force people onto the point? Yes, they do. It is gonna be a Valkyrie and a rally here from both squads right now. Rocket Barrage does come out from Nabu, trying to look for a target, but a perfect Transcendence there from Infamous. As it ends, he even takes down Nabu. Self-destruct comes in, gets no kills. Infamous now being bullied by Nightmare, but the armor just makes him so tanky. Trade's not going the way of Point Break so far. It is gonna be Lurax with a kill onto his counterpart. Piercer in the middle will fall. Nomad on the other hand bullying Truth. The Mercy had to whip out the pistol and can't do enough damage. Point Break able to finish things off strong, and it is gonna be their attack next. They don't even need to finish the third dig onto the point. This looks very dire here for Arknemesis. In the meantime, let's just watch that last part of the fight. So the Diva stuck in the middle, and Lurax able to take down Water with the whip shot. It's pretty big, so no stuns available there for the side of Arknemesis. Truth having no one to support anymore, forced to whip out the pistol, and it's gonna be Point Break right now Match point. Can they take this here? That is the real question. What will Point Break run? Will they actually go for the Widowmaker? Gonna be very, very interesting to see if the Widowmaker can actually get the pick they need here for Point Break. They did have a really good duel a while ago between Lorax and Naboo, but it was Naboo taking the win instead in that fight on that first point. So for now, we do see the goats for Arknemesis. When in doubt, guys, go for the goats. The goats is a very, very strong composition for a reason, and very, very popular because of its close quarter strength. So it's gonna be Naboo running the D.Va, so flexing onto it, it's gonna be Water on the Brigitte. So you do see these two will be the ones who will probably switch if the need arises, though Brigitte and the D.Va are the DPS slots in this lineup. Gonna go for any DPS that you need at any time. Don't want to switch out the Reinhardt or the Zarya, the hard energy right there. You also want to keep your supports on support, because that's what they do best. On the other hand, it's gonna be Point Break right now, running a pretty solid dive with the Winston D.Va Genji. Fire support coming out from Lil Rax as well on the Widowmaker, but the defense already here from Arknemesis. Point Break actually caught unaware. It is gonna be a founded defense, so he's gonna go fast and brutal. Rialto with a pick off onto Piercer, taking down the Zarya. Miokin dies as well, so no more mobility here on the side of Arknemesis, and it is gonna be the Indian squad on the retreat. They get the charge onto Naga, they get the pick off as well. So Arknemesis, not out of this fight yet, has 4 core players in this defense, and it is gonna be Point Break now setting up in the position. The goats though not really wanting to charge, and Lorax now goes up on top. Here's a dive. Shire though onto Sog. The Genji will immediately fall to the charge. Here come the rest of Arknemesis coming back in full strength. Lorax trying to get the picks but not really getting it. Miokin way too pesky right now, and Point Break has to retreat. A solid engagement right there coming out from Arknemesis. A little Rax right now just trying to go for a few more shots here and there. Infrasight is out, but the blue team of Point Break right now knows that Arknemesis is just coming in as one. And look at all those dots put together. Look at all those silhouettes just so bunched up. Sog though will take advantage of this, and immediately the fire already 73% and counting. Naboo gets D-Mech. Self-destruct though onto the fountain area, gets absolutely nothing. The fire gets picked up instead. They do get the D-Mech onto Nomad. In the meantime, there's gonna be a small contest coming out from Point Break so far. Rocket March there from Sog gets to. The supports all die here to the fire, and this looks absolutely die here for Arknemesis. It's Naboo, the lone survivor, as he respawns, and for now it's gonna be Point Break getting the free point right here. Watch this again. They take down Naboo, who was going for the call mech, and just the station target coming out. And here comes Sog, takes on both Truth and Myoken. Water finally falls. A very solid rocket barrage coming out, and a very quick one as well. Just the fact that the goats are so compressed with one another, it just allows Sog to charge that rocket barrage up extremely quickly. Naboo right now being topped up, the repair factor a half a second too late, and now here comes Point Break taking advantage of the baby D.Va in play. A rally is popped by Water, a sound barrier as well. The Brigitte just trying to bully Naga right now, definitely flying around. The Valkyrie has been popped, but it is ending in just a bit. Lil Rax really low, has to get away from all the action. Miokin though with a pick off onto one. The Lucio just trying to get away as well from the Winston. Arknemesis holding steadfast here in this first defense. They're gonna be able to force G Point Break to back off into their spawn area. And that Miokin even takes down Lil Rax. Always good to see a Lucio actually outsnipe a Widowmaker. Just a very fun sight to watch. But in the scheme of things, absolutely nothing. 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here for Point Break. They have a lot of time to work with. So for now, Naboo being bullied off once again. Nightmare jumping up on top. We do see a dive here so far for Arknemesis. Still having the Zarya, however, plus the Graviton still available in play. Byron comes out. Miokin has switched to Diana. They don't really need the speed as much. And Sog with 2 already. Transcendent comes in as well from Infamous. Once again, the Rocket Barrage is the key to victory here for Point Break. Truth has to fade away. It is gonna be Lil Rax right now with a pick off onto one. And Point Break will be going for the win and taking match point. GG. Well played. Point Break takes the series 3-0.
Play of the game.
What the agree with play of the game. Arknemesis having all these creative lineups. Thank you guys for having me. As I was saying, like all these creative lineups, but just Point Break so on point with all the calls, with all the switches. You can see how fast Point Break just switches out. We see the Brigitte, you see the Junkrat, you see the Widow, you see the Genji.